Alright, this is how you take it a bathtub. This happens to be a plastic bathtub, but it doesn't matter what type of tub it is. It could be cast iron, it could be metal. It's kind of irrelevant. The process is always going to be the same on a tub. There are certain steps that have to come first. On tub lips, sheetrock sits on top of the tub lip, and in this case the tile and the sheetrock are on top of the tub lip. So the tile has to come out first before this tub can ever come out. And of course all these fixtures have to come out too. This is a really easy process that anybody could do. Basically, this has a screw type connection on here. If I can show it on video. So, like everything else in life, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and that's where the threads are at, and that's what takes off the spout. So, that part's easy. The shower valve has a screw on the end of it. All of them are different all of them are different rather. Some of them actually have a hole up underneath, and you got to get an Allen wrench in there to take off the handle. But in this case, all it is a screw. Once you get the screw off, scutcheon plate comes off. All scutcheon plates like this are going to have two screws that hold it on. Almost all of them. Some of them actually, they have there's like a trim piece, and the trim piece screws in and pushes the scutcheon plate backwards. But most of them are going to have these two screw type designs. This comes off like so, and it's a little cruddy. Shower head comes off really easy. I actually pre-loosened this ahead of time, but as I said, like everything else, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, comes right off. So those three elements are gone. Then you come down here, and this is the overflow plate. Overflow plate always has two screws on it, and once the screws are out, then the overflow plate is released from the overflow drain, which connects into this bottom drain here. And then the bottom part, there's a tool for that. In any Home Depot, plumbing supply place, whatever, wherever you choose to go, is going to have a tool. Which looks like this. So you can see how those will line up with the center of that drain. The center goes right inside there. Those pieces go right up into the side. Fits like a glove. Or you can use the other side if you have a bigger drain. Of course it won't fit in here. And as I said, like everything, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So this is going to turn in this direction. And that's all there is to it. This tub is free and clear except for the walls. So again, tub spout, trim kit, shower head, overflow, and main drain. Those components will make your tub free and clear once you get these walls out. The easiest way to get these walls out, and I've seen other people online, they try and get up under the tile and start knocking the individual tile off from the wall board. It makes no sense whatsoever. You get a you get a Dremel tool of some sort. I use reciprocating saw, and you just do a clean cut all the way along the edge of here, which I've already done, on all sides where it meets tile. So this cut will enable you to get a pry bar up under it, and the pry bar is going to go up where the studs are at. You'll know where the studs are at as you run a blade or something through here. You'll hit a stud, and then you get a pry bar up under the stud, and you pull off these walls in sections. Usually I'll take a hammer of some sort, and I'll take about half a wall length. So in other words, hit the tile, make sure that there's a good perforation there, and then pull off this section of the wall, and you can pull off this section. So this theoretically should be about 6 sections of the wall that come off of here, and then you will be free and clear to take the tub out. So the process of taking out the walls, which I just explained, took me 5 minutes. As I said, I get a hammer and I hit the wall about halfway mark, and it comes up in this section and that one and this one and that one and this one and that one. And then you can just pull the whole wall out with the tile. It makes no sense to take off individual tile if you're not going to be using the same backer board, and I can't imagine why you would ever use the same backer board. Anyway, the tub spout got cut off because we're not going to be using that anymore. I'll eventually cap that off. And then the tub had, I think, 3 nails holding it in. There's nail holes on the edge of this tub where you can kind of anchor it to the studs, and that's all there was. I have a little wiggle room here, probably 1/2 inch. Normally on a tub, you have about 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch on both sides, to where you can just take up one side like this and pull it up. You see I've got it up cockeyed right now, but I don't have enough room to get it out. And because it's plastic, I'll be able to just saw it right in half with a reciprocating blade. But normally I would take this out in one fell swoop if I had enough room. In this case I don't. And that's how to remove a tub. It's very, very simple. If I wasn't recording this, I could have had this out in less than 30 minutes. So there you go. Hope that helps, and you know, like, if you have any questions, put them down below and I will answer them.